A nation stood high in the cliffs of stone, protected by mountains, feared by its enemies. Edom believed it was invincible, but one prophet stepped forward with a message that shook an entire kingdom. His name was Obadiah, and his warning would become one of the most devastating prophecies in the Bible. Because God had seen everything. Very little is known about Obadiah himself. His name means servant of the Lord. Unlike Moses, David, or Isaiah, Obadiah appears suddenly and disappears just as quickly. His entire book is only one chapter long, the shortest book in the Old Testament. Yet his message carried enormous weight. Most scholars believe Obadiah prophesied after Jerusalem was attacked and plundered by foreign invaders, possibly during the Babylonian campaigns against Judah around the 6th century BC. And one nation became the focus of God's judgment, Edom. To understand Obadiah, you must go back centuries earlier. Edom descended from Esau. Israel descended from Jacob, twin brothers, one family, divided by bitterness. Their conflict began in Genesis itself, and over generations, resentment hardened into hostility. When Jerusalem suffered invasion and destruction, Edom did not help their brothers. Instead, according to Obadiah verses 10 through 14, they stood at the crossroads, captured fugitives, and rejoiced as Judah fell. That betrayal became the turning point. Then Obadiah declared the words that would echo through history. "The pride of your heart has deceived you." Obadiah 1:3. Edom trusted in its mountain fortresses. Its cities were carved into cliffs. Its defenses looked impossible to conquer. But pride blinded them, and God warned that their downfall was coming. Obadiah's prophecy was terrifyingly direct. God declared that Edom's allies would betray them, their wisdom would fail, their warriors would panic, everything they trusted would collapse. Obadiah verse 4 says, "Though you soar like the eagle and make your nest among the stars, from there I will bring you down." This was not merely political judgment, it was moral judgment. Edom had become arrogant, violent, and merciless toward their own relatives. And the prophecy reached beyond Edom itself. Obadiah warned of the day of the Lord, a time when every nation would answer before God for pride, cruelty, and injustice. Suddenly, this was no longer just an ancient story. It became a warning for humanity. History would eventually confirm the prophecy. The nation that once believed itself untouchable slowly disappeared from power. Foreign empires invaded, trade routes shifted, their strongholds weakened, and over time, Edom faded from history. The great kingdom hidden in the rocks became ruins in the desert. But Obadiah's message survived, because the true enemy was never merely armies, it was pride. The belief that power, wealth, security, or position can stand above God. And throughout Scripture, pride always leads to collapse. Pharaoh learned it, Nebuchadnezzar learned it, and Edom learned it too. Yet hidden inside Obadiah's warning is hope. The final verses shift from destruction to restoration. God promises that His kingdom will ultimately prevail. Justice will not sleep forever. Evil will not rule forever, and broken things will not remain broken forever. The final line of Obadiah declares, "And the kingdom shall be the Lord's." Obadiah 1:21. One sentence, but it changes everything. Because kingdoms rise and fall, empires disappear, human pride fades into dust, but God remains. Obadiah is easy to overlook. One chapter, one prophet, one warning. But hidden in this tiny book is a timeless truth. Pride destroys. God sees injustice, and no kingdom stands forever, except His. And that is why the world still remembers Obadiah.